second attempt here in the women's 100 metres heat 5, and they are away. Sha'Carri Richardson eases across the line. 10.92, that's the fastest time we've seen so far this morning.
When Sha'Carri Richardson steps onto the track, everyone watches. With her colorful hair, long nails, and lightning-fast speed, she doesn't just run races, she makes statements. But 2025 tested her in ways no one expected, and the world saw a champion struggle like never before. Let's go back to where it all started. Richardson was born in Dallas, Texas on March 25, 2000. She didn't grow up with her birth mother. Instead, her grandmother Betty Harp and her Aunt Shay raised her. They were the ones who pushed her to join track and field. They were the ones who believed in her when she was just a kid with a dream. In high school, Richardson was already winning big. She took home Texas state titles in both the 100 meters and 200 meters. But that was just the beginning. At 16 years old, she won the 100-meter title at the AAU Junior Olympics. This is the biggest sports event for young people in America. Everyone started paying attention to this girl from Dallas. Then came college. In 2019, Richardson enrolled at Louisiana State University. She was only 19 years old when she did something incredible at the NCAA championships. She ran the 100 meters in just 10.75 seconds. That broke the college record.
Good reaction by Sha'Carri Richardson, also Tiana Daniels, but the best reaction, Kayla White for North Carolina A&T. Here comes Richardson, the phenomenal freshman. It wins the front end of the double. Let's watch the time.
It also broke a world record for anyone under 20 years old that had stood for 42 years. Just think about that. A record that lasted since 1977, and this teenager from Texas just demolished it. But she didn't stop there. That same day, she ran the 200 meters in 22.17 seconds. She finished second by less than 1/100th of a second. That time broke a record set by Olympic champion Allison Felix.
Now here comes Richardson. We saw what she did in the 100. We saw what happened in the 400-meter relay. Does she catch her? Ooh, very close. I'm going to say no.
This was the second best one-day double performance by a woman in history. Richardson was suddenly one of the 10 fastest women ever at just 19 years old. 4 days later, she made a bold choice. She left college after just 1 year to turn professional. She signed with Nike and started training with Dennis Mitchell, a former Olympic sprinter. This was her chance to compete with the best in the world. Everything seemed perfect heading into the 2020 Olympics. In June 2021, Richardson won the U.S. Olympic trials with a time of 10.77 seconds. She was going to Tokyo. She was going to represent America on the biggest stage in sports. But then everything fell apart. A drug test came back positive. Richardson had used marijuana. She later explained why. Her biological mother had just died, and she only found out when a reporter asked her about it. She was dealing with grief and pressure, and she made a choice. That choice cost her the Olympics. She accepted a 1-month suspension and missed Tokyo completely. The backlash was huge. Some people supported her. President Joe Biden even suggested the rules should change. But the rules were the rules. Richardson watched the Olympics from home, while other runners took her spot. Her comeback race was rough. At the 2021 Prefontaine Classic, she finished last with a time of 11.14 seconds. The same Jamaican runners who won medals in Tokyo beat her easily. People wondered if she would ever recover, but 2023 changed everything. In April, Richardson ran 10.57 seconds with a strong tailwind. While it didn't count as an official record because of the wind, it showed she was back. In May, she won her first Diamond League race in Doha. Then in July, she became the U.S. national champion again with a time of 10.82 seconds. The real moment came at the 2023 World Championships in Budapest. Richardson stepped up when it mattered most. She won the 100-meter final in 10.65 seconds. This was a championship record. She beat Jamaica's top runners, Shericka Jackson and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. She also won bronze in the 200 meters and gold in the relay. Her relay split of 9.65 seconds was the fastest in history. Richardson was officially the fastest woman in the world. Going into 2024, expectations were sky high. At the U.S. Olympic trials in June, she defended her title with a time of 10.71 seconds. This was the fastest time in the world that year. Paris was supposed to be her coronation. The Olympic final was held in pouring rain. Julian Alfred from St. Lucia got out of the blocks fast. Richardson's start has always been her weakness, and that night it showed. Alfred never looked back. She won in 10.72 seconds, giving her tiny country its first Olympic medal ever. Richardson finished second in 10.87 seconds. She won silver, not gold. Her teammate Melissa Jefferson won bronze. Richardson didn't talk to reporters after the race, but 3 days later, she got her redemption. In the 4x100 relay final, she ran the anchor leg. After a shaky handoff, she was in third place. But Richardson has always been able to close races. She powered past everyone and brought Team USA to gold. Right before the finish line, she turned her head and stared down her competitors. It became one of the most iconic moments of the entire Olympics. Then came 2025. Everything went wrong. Richardson's season was interrupted by injuries. She couldn't run fast. Her best time before the World Championships was only 11.05 seconds. That's nearly half a second slower than her best. But the troubles weren't just on the track. In late July, Richardson was arrested at the Seattle airport. There was an altercation with her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, who is also a professional sprinter. Police said video showed her shoving him and throwing something at him. She was held for over 18 hours. Coleman didn't press charges and said she shouldn't have been arrested. Richardson apologized and said she would get help. 1 week later, she competed at the U.S. Championships. She missed making the 200-meter final by just 1/100th of a second. She ran 22.56 seconds and needed 22.55 to qualify. Reporters tried to talk to her. She just said, "Blessed day," and walked away. The 2025 World Championships in Tokyo were held in September. As the defending champion, Richardson got an automatic spot in the 100 meters. In the preliminary heats, she won with a time of 11.03 seconds. It was her best of the year, but still far from her best. She beat Sha'Carri Jackson at the line, just like in Budapest. People wondered if she could do it again in the final. The semifinal was rough. Richardson advanced as one of the 2 fastest losers with a time of 11.00 seconds. She stumbled coming out of the blocks. It was the same problem she had all year. The final was even worse. Running from lane 2, Richardson stumbled again at the start. She was never in the race. While she finished strong with a time of 10.94 seconds, it wasn't enough. She finished 5th. No medal. Melissa Jefferson Wooden, who trains with Richardson under the same coach, won gold in 10.61 seconds.
The middle of the field, but she's got company. Clayton going well to her side, but Melissa Jefferson Wooden streaks away in the closing stages. 10.61. She breaks the championship record that was set by Sha'Carri Richardson last time round.
That broke Richardson's championship record from Budapest. Jamaica's Tina Clayton took silver, and Olympic champion Julian Alfred got bronze. Richardson shook her head as she crossed the line. After the race, she posted on Instagram. She wrote, "2025 owes me nothing, but I am thankful for what this year has revealed and allowing the tone to be set for the rest of my life. I am Sha'Carri Richardson, and there is so much more to come. Just wait and see." 1 week later came redemption. The 4x100 relay final was held on a rainy day. Richardson ran the anchor leg again. Team USA was behind Jamaica.
Sha'Carri Richardson under pressure here. It is going to be a gold for the United States. Sha'Carri Richardson in what has been a tumultuous year for her on and off the track.
But Richardson made up the gap. She passed Jamaica's Janelle Smith in the final stretch. Smith nearly caught her at the end, but Richardson held on. The U.S. won by just 0.04 of a second. Gold medal. Championship saved.